Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to talk about some books to read this autumn. So it is officially autumn now. I know that in some parts of the world it's still summer, but in many parts of the world, including where I live, it is autumn now. And so with that being said, let's get right into the list. Number 1, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This is one of those books that everybody seems to be talking about, and I was curious to read it. It has been sitting on my shelf for quite a while, and I keep seeing it online everywhere. So I thought, well, now is the time to give it a read because I feel like this is a perfect book for the autumn season. The premise of the story is interesting because it follows Nora Seed, who finds herself in a library where each book represents a different life that she could have lived. As she browses through these books, she discovers all of the different paths that her life could have taken if she had made different decisions at various points in her life. And she begins to question the choices that she made that led her to the point in her life where she no longer wishes to be alive. Ultimately, she gets the opportunity to choose a different path for herself and rewrite her own story. I would describe this as a feel-good book that makes you contemplate your own life and the decisions you make every day. It's also a very comforting story that might just come at the right time for someone who is feeling lost or searching for purpose in their life. I do think that this is a good book to read during the autumn season because the main character goes through a process of self-discovery and personal growth, much like how we might reflect on our own lives and make changes as the seasons change. We also see themes of hope and new beginnings in the story, which are relevant to the autumn season when nature is preparing for winter dormancy and renewal in the spring. Overall, this is an enjoyable and easy-to-read book that I highly recommend reading during the autumn season. Number 2, A Court of Thorns and Roses. Now, if you're a fan of fantasy romance novels, then this is definitely one to add to your autumn reading list. This is actually the first book in the series of the same name. And honestly, I haven't even started reading this series yet, but I keep seeing it recommended everywhere. So I figured it's probably a good idea to start reading it sooner rather than later. So I'm gonna put it on my autumn reading list. The story follows Fair, who is a human girl who kills a wolf in the woods near her village, an act which brings her into conflict with a powerful fairy who demands retribution. She is then taken to the magical realm of Prythian, where she must reside as his prisoner. As she spends more time in Prythian, she begins to uncover its many secrets, including a looming war with neighboring kingdoms. And she also develops feelings for the enigmatic High Lord Tamlin, who is both feared and respected throughout the land. Now, if you've already read this book, let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. But I did hear that this is a really good book to get into if you enjoy enemies to lovers type of stories. I mean, just from looking at the cover alone, it looks like a perfect autumn read. And that's enough reason for me to want to pick it up. Number 3, The Little Book of Hygge, The Danish Way to Live Well. Now, if you're looking for something that will help you embrace the coziness of the autumn season, then this book is a great choice. This book offers practical tips and advice on how to incorporate hygge into your own life, such as creating a cozy atmosphere in your home, spending time with loved ones, and embracing the simple pleasures in life. In the book, Meek Wiking, who is the CEO of the Happiness Research Institute in Denmark, explores the concept of hygge and its importance in Danish culture. He discusses the key elements of hygge, such as coziness, contentment, and gratitude, and provides practical tips for incorporating it into your own life. The book is divided into 3 sections, each focusing on a different aspect of hygge. The first section focuses on creating a cozy atmosphere in your home and encourages you to use candles, blankets, and soft lighting to create a warm and inviting space. The second section focuses on spending time with loved ones and enjoying the simple pleasures in life, such as a cup of tea or a good book. The third section focuses on embracing mindfulness and gratitude and encourages you to appreciate the present moment and to cultivate a sense of contentment. Overall, this is a great book to read during the autumn season because it encourages us to slow down and appreciate the simple pleasures in life. The tips and advice provided in the book are practical and easy to implement, making it a valuable resource for anyone looking to improve their well-being during the colder months. Number 2 or 4, A Little Life. This is one of those books that everybody keeps recommending to me over and over again. But once again, I don't really know what to expect going into this book, but it does seem like a perfect book to read during the autumn season. This is actually the author's debut novel, and it follows the lives of 4 friends who move to New York City to pursue their dreams. The story explores themes of friendship, love, loss, and redemption as the characters navigate the challenges and triumphs of adulthood. This is one of those books that gets recommended all the time, but I kept seeing it pop up in my recommendations on Goodreads and also on Amazon, so I figured it's probably a good idea to pick up this book sooner rather than later, because I do love a good character study and it seems like this book fits that description perfectly. Number 5, Where the Crawdads Sing. This is another book that I keep seeing recommended literally everywhere, so I finally decided to pick it up and give it a read. Once again, I don't really know what to expect going into this book, but I can always go for a good mystery. And this definitely seems like it would be a good mystery book to read during the autumn season. This is a coming-of-age story that follows Kaya Clark, who is a young girl who grows up in the marshes of North Carolina. After her father leaves the family, Kaya is abandoned by her mother and siblings and left to fend for herself in the marsh. Despite the challenges she faces, Kaya learns to survive in the natural world and develops a deep connection with the marsh and its inhabitants. As she grows older, Kaya becomes a suspect in the murder of a local boy who was found dead in the marsh. The story alternates between 2 timelines, with one following Kaya's childhood and the other following her trial for the murder. It is ultimately a story about resilience, survival, and the power of the natural world. If you like mysteries or coming-of-age stories set in unique locations, then I would definitely recommend checking out this book. Number 6, Get Up and Go. This is one of those books that I picked up without even knowing anything about it. All I saw was the cover, and I thought it would be a perfect book to read during the autumn season. I feel like this is the type of book that you can either read cover to cover or just pick up whenever you need a little bit of inspiration. Either way, I think it's a great book to have on hand during the autumn season when we might be feeling a little bit more introspective and reflective. So there you have it, my top 6 books to read this autumn. Let me know in the comments below what books you plan to read this season. I'd love to hear your suggestions. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to show support for the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Love, Riley.